Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Origins. In this episode we'll be looking at Piplup, Prinplup and Empoleon, so we shall get started. Piplup's Japanese name is Pochama. It is the penguin Pokemon, and is number 393 in the National Dex, and stands at 0.4 meters tall or 1 foot 4 inches, and weighs 5.2 kilograms or 11.5 pounds. It is a Sinnoh water type starter Pokemon. Piplup bears a semblance to a penguin chick with yellow feet and a light blue body, and it has 2 white spots on its chest, and also appears to have a blue cape. It has a circular blue head with white circles on it, and a small yellow beak and a light blue marking on its face. It is based on a baby penguin or a blue penguin, and the light blue marking above its beak resembling a crown may refer to a baby emperor penguin. There are no gender differences between Piplup, and its shiny form is a lighter blue colour. And Pokédex entries tell us that Piplup is a skilled swimmer but a poor walker, and that it won't listen to its trainer. The name Pochama is derived from Pocha, a sound of a pebble splashing in water, and may also incorporate Pochama, meaning child. The name Piplup is derived from plop or plup, and also comes from pip, the stage of growth in baby birds. If we now move on to Prinplup, we can see its Japanese name is Pottaishi. It is the penguin Pokemon, and is number 394 in the National Dex, and stands at 0.8 meters tall or 2 foot 7 inches, and weighs 23 kilograms or 50.7 pounds. A Piplup evolved to a Prinplup starting at level 16. Prinplup resembles a blue penguin and has yellow three-toed feet, and is mostly light blue but with a dark blue mantle and tail. It has 4 button-like white spots on its stomach, and dark blue wings with light blue tips on them. It has an owl-like face with blue irises and 2 yellow crests, and is based on a macaroni penguin. Like Piplup, there are no gender differences between Prinplup, and Prinplup's shiny form is a lighter blue and yellow than its normal form. And Pokédex entries tell us every Prinplup considers themselves the most important and, therefore, consequently leads a solitary life. The name Pottaishi is a combination of Pocha, meaning, as we said earlier, pebble in water, and Pottaishi, meaning crown prince. The name Prinplup is a combination of prince and plup. If we now move on to Empoleon, its Japanese name is Emperte. It is the Emperor Pokemon, and is number 395 in the National Dex, and stands at 1.7 meters tall or 5 foot 7 inches, and weighs 84.5 kilograms or 186.3 pounds. A Prinplup belonged to Empoleon starting level 36, and upon doing this gains the Steel typing. Empoleon is a large penguin-like Pokemon, and its feet appear to have webbing on them like real-world penguins. Its wings are tipped with blue metal and it has 3 golden claws beneath each, and it has a short blue metal tail and fin on the front of its body, forming a collar at its chin. It has a lace pattern of white coloration on its front, and 2 gold spots on its upper back. It has a 3-horned, trident-like crest that extends from its beak, and is based on an emperor penguin. Its crown also has the appearance of a trident, which is the fishing tool and weapon of choice for Greek god Poseidon. Empoleon may also bear some resemblance to the royal penguin. There are no gender differences between Empoleon like its pre-evolutions, and its shiny version is a lighter blue than normal form. And Pokédex entries tell us that if anyone hurts Empoleon's pride, that it slashes them with its wings, and also that the leader of the pride is the Empoleon with the largest horns. The name Emperte comes from a combination of Emperor and Bonaparte, from Napoleon Bonaparte, and Empoleon comes from Emperor and Napoleon, also from Napoleon Bonaparte, an emperor. If we now move on to a size comparison here, you can see that Empoleon is a fairly large Pokemon, about the same size as me really, whereas its pre-evolutions are a fair bit smaller. And finally moving on to the sprite comparisons, you can see Piplup in Diamond and Pearl, it was just literally stood there, whereas if we migrate now up to Platinum, it kind of has a more active sprite, and it goes back to the original sprite in Generation 5. Prinplup on the other hand, in Diamond and Pearl, it's just stood there again, and in Platinum it kind of gains a bit more of an open stance, facing kind of the other way, and it goes back to the original sprite in Generation 5. And finally Empoleon, in Diamond and Pearl, it's stood there, and in Platinum it kind of, again, more of an active pose with its wings raised, whereas in Generation 5 it then reverts back to its original sprite. So that concludes this episode of Pokemon Origins guys, I hope you enjoyed watching it, and of course don't forget to leave a like down below, and of course a comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. See you next time guys, goodbye.